Hello guys, welcome back to Tactical Trafford, and today we want to be talking about the Manchester United and Arsenal game at the Emirates tomorrow. So guys, I want to actually talk about the predicted lineup, how Manchester United is looking to play based on how we played in our last game against Manchester City. Of course, there's been a lot of expectations on how Manchester United is going to line up, how Manchester United is going to approach the game, given that Arsenal is basically the best team in the world currently, and what Manchester United is going to expect in the Emirates. And we all know that we have not won in the Emirates in the last 8 years. So guys, it's going to be a tough test for Manchester United. It's going to be a tough test for Mikel Arteta. But I actually believe in the team. I know that we can be able to pull up a result. So guys, let's start with the predicted lineup. So in terms of the lineup, I feel that Carrick might start the same lineup like he started against Manchester City, with Lemans in goal, Harry Maguire and Lisandro Martinez on the defensive duo, and then we are going to have Shaw on the left back position, Diego Dalot, Kobe Mino, Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, Dogu, Ahmad, Bruno Fernandes, and Brian Mbeumo up top. But I feel that the only change that we might have might be Lusayo Masraoui coming in on the right hand side, or probably Matheus Cunha or Benjamin Sesko coming in. I feel that if there's going to be a change, it's not going to be more than 2 changes, which is definitely going to be Masraoui coming in for Dalot, or maybe one of Benjamin Sesko or Matheus Cunha coming into the team. But whatever way Carrick is looking up to set the team, I feel that Manchester United is going to play well, just like we did at Old Trafford. So what is the approach behind this system? I think the formation is just basically the positions the players are going to be taking up on the pitch, but it doesn't really reflect the tactics. It doesn't really reflect how Manchester United is going to play. So first of all, we all know that Arsenal is a very high pressing side, so they like to press high, and one of the ways Manchester United was able to play through them on the first game of the season was that they were pressing so high and they were leaving the center space so open. So they were doing the man-to-man press, whereby Kiko Carres and Odegaard is going to start the press, and then Rice and Zubimendi are also going to continue the press in the midfield. They're going to go man for man, and then this is going to, because of Manchester United is playing the 3-man back, there's going to be extra central back that is going to be able to drift and then play those balls in those spaces that is going to be vacated by Rice and Zubimendi, and that way Manchester United is going to drop Matheus Cunha and Brian Mbeumo backwards and then take the ball from that part of the pitch and try to counter Arsenal. And that was the way we were able to play in the first leg. So in the second leg, I feel that things is going to be more different, because of course they are going to be very high pressing side. They are going to be proactive in the game. So what Manchester United will be looking to do is to hold the ball and then try to invite the press once more, and then when they actually press, because of Carrick plays in a 4-4-2 shape most of the times, or the 4-3-3 shape, or the 4-2-3-1, whatever way you want to put it, you're going to find out that Bruno Fernandes and Brian Mbeumo always occupy the front 2 position of the pitch. So what Carrick will be looking to do is probably to drop Bruno Fernandes and Mbeumo most of the times to receive those balls in those tight spaces. And one of the reasons I feel that maybe Matheus Cunha might get into the game is because of he's that player that can be able to play into those tight spaces. He's that player that can be able to drop deep, receive the ball with his back to goal, and then try to accelerate over larger distances. So of course I feel that Matheus Cunha might get a nod over Patrick Dogu, because he can be able to play in tight spaces. He can receive those balls when Arsenal try to press and Manchester United try to play the ball through the middle. Of course Matheus Cunha will be very good when it also comes to the second balls, because there might be situations whereby there might not be half spaces for Manchester United to exploit, just like we exploited in Old Trafford. So Manchester United also will be looking to go with those long ball, and then probably when Manchester United try to win the second ball, Matheus Cunha, Brian Mbeumo, Abad Diallo can be able to try to be very proactive as much as possible, because I feel Benjamin Sesko might not start. I'm not sure yet, probably because of, if he starts, of course Arsenal has very good defensive players that can be able to nullify his area duels. So of course it might be something that Carrick might be looking to gamble with, because also when Sesko was bought by Manchester United, his first game was against Arsenal. He didn't start because of course similar situations. So that is basically the way that I feel Manchester United will be able to approach the game. Try to exploit those half spaces of Arsenal, or try to go through the long ball and then try to win these balls and try to counter Arsenal as much as possible. And in terms of defense, probably Manchester United defended in the 4-4-2 shape against Manchester City, and I feel that is the same approach that Manchester United is also going to use, because of course Manchester United was also used to defending with a 4-4-2 shape, or trying to attack in the 4-4-2 shape as well. So what is going to basically happen is that when Manchester United are not with the ball, of course you're going to find that Arsenal like to operate using the right hand side with Bukayo Saka on the right hand side. So what is going to happen is that whenever Saka is with the ball, sure, of course, he's going to be there, and then Patrick Dogu is also going to try to be there, and then Meno on the left hand side is also going to be there. So it's going to be like 3 versus 1 against Saka, because this is probably the way that the other Premier League teams have been able to nullify the wide players of Arsenal. They try to go 3 versus 1 against their players and then try to nullify the attack. And I feel this is what Carrick is going to do. When Manchester United are not with the ball, we are basically going to be like 6 in the defensive position and then keep 4 players ahead of the ball, so that when we win those balls, we can be able to counter as very quickly as possible. So when the ball goes onto the left hand side, of course, Patrick Dogu is going to drop deep, Luke Shaw is already there, Kobe Mino is also going to drop deep. And when the ball also goes to the right hand side to probably Martinelli or Trossard, they are going to find out that Dalot will be there, Casemiro will be there, and then Ahmad is also going to be there to provide those width and help to nullify those wide players of Arsenal. And you know that in terms of their striker, Gabriel Jesus is probably not consistent. Victor Gyökeres also has not really lived up to expectations. So I think their striker is not really the problem. I feel one of the ways you can be able to nullify them is probably nullifying their wing players or nullifying their midfield areas. So guys, I want you guys to give me your thoughts on the Arsenal Manchester United game. I want you guys to give me your prediction down below. I want you guys to like, to share, to subscribe to Tactical Trafford. See you after the Arsenal game. Ciao.